Hello, and welcome back to A Bit of Bytes. As most of you know, I'm Blake Evans, and today I'll be explaining viruses, computer viruses that is, the different types, methods of infection, and general information about how to keep yourself safe. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. There are 6 main types of computer malware, the technical term for a virus. That is adware, trojans, viruses, spyware, worms, and ransomware. The first of those you've probably run into yourself at one time or another. Adware, or advertising software, is a software that's entire purpose is to show ads. The more people who see the ads, the more the ad companies get paid. It's usually found on websites. A dialog box will pop up and say something along the lines of, "Your computer's infected, please call this number." And it'll show several website links to get support and sometimes some pictures to go with it. Now the good news with adware is that the majority of the time, it's not directly malicious to your computer. It doesn't steal your data or brick your computer. The main problem is that it's just plain annoying for people. It can sometimes try to load a bunch of different dialog boxes, for example, and it may slow down your computer while it tries to load them all. It's just a way for advertisers to make more money. The good news is with adware, however, is that, like I said, for the vast majority of the time, it can't mess with your computer. The advertising companies also have no way of knowing whether or not your computer is infected, so the warning message is just to get more clicks. Now you know that the next time you're surfing on the interweb and you get an infection warning pop up, it's just trying to trick you into clicking, so you're fine to close the tab and move on. The next type of malware is a virus. Now viruses are what most people say when they actually mean malware. It's the same as the whole Kleenex versus tissue thing. Anyway, a virus is a malicious piece of software that you install on your computer that can do everything from just slowing down your computer to allowing people to remotely control the entire machine. Viruses usually spread by people unknowingly sending them to each other. The installer file might be named something like free game, when in reality it's a virus. When someone sends it to someone else, they can actually be harming the other person without knowing it. So spyware, the next topic, is made to send information about your computer to a third party without your consent. It can send files, web browsing history, or even keyboard presses. They're very similar to viruses in how they spread and the ways they trick you, but their function is slightly different. So topic number 4, worms, spread similarly to viruses. Once they get installed, however, they start cloning themselves. They lock up your computer and will eventually overwrite everything on your hard drive with copies of itself. The second to last topic, trojans, get installed similarly to viruses, but they pretend to be legitimate software, like a Windows update tool, for example. Once they get installed and you give it your Microsoft account information, they'll take your username and password and send it off to someone who should not have it. The last topic I'll be talking about today is ransomware. Ransomware can get installed in any manner of ways, but the bad thing with ransomware is that it immediately encrypts everything on your computer. In essence, it makes everything on your computer inaccessible to you until you pay a fine. You have to think that these people who write the viruses aren't the most upstanding citizens, so even if you do pay them, they still might not give your files back. So now that you know all about the types of viruses, how can you protect yourselves against them? I would like to tell you now, but this episode is it's running long already. So stay tuned for the A Bit of Bytes episode 3. We'll explain how to protect yourself from malware. If you have any ideas on what you would like to see explained in future episodes after that one, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this episode of A Bit of Bytes, and I'll see you next time.